Okay. Okay, I got my phone standing up, guys. Oh my gosh, it's been like crazy because my thing, I told you guys my tripod broke. So, yeah, it's been a little hard getting getting my phone to stand up, but I hope you guys are all doing well today. I feel so much better. I just wet my face and my hair in the river right there, so that was so nice. So, oh yeah, don't mind my jacket. It doesn't zip up right now, so hold on a second. I'm trying to like I'm trying to close the buttons. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna do a sermon today. Sorry you guys, I don't have the feather set up. I wanted to get out into nature, so woo, here I am in nature. It was such a good morning. I did a little bit of a hike and it's amazing. I just really wanted to get up to the lake, but I need some cleats. I need spikes. I need some traction because it's like all slick and slippery. So let's get started in the sermon. And don't mind me, my sinuses are running. I like all last night I had like sinus issues. Oh my gosh. So my sinuses are like clearing out and everything. I just need like some hot mustard or some wasabi to like complete the job. Okay, so let's get started. So I wanted to also mention, guys, that for my sermons, I'm now going to be taking only verses from the Old Testament. So I kind of been shown something. I don't know why, but I get headaches really bad when I read the New Testament. I don't know why. Even when I touch a Bible that just is the New Testament, I get like the worst headache. So I'm gonna be starting to change this around and just, you know, the Old Testament. So I wanted to share some verses from Lamentations. So 5:1 to 5:9 is what I'm going to read to you right now. So, remember, O Lord, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hand. We gat our bread with the peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness. Okay, so I'm going to go through a couple of these on what my thought is here. So with our inheritance turned to strangers, our houses to aliens, I'd say that kind of denotes to, you know how people speak about illegal aliens, like they speak about that, like that being something like kind of like a takeover or something like that, or like basically like us being treated like strangers in our own land. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. So basically, a lot of us have been without our fathers. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold onto us. So basically this goes to the fact of what I'm talking about, how basically like everything is free in nature and we are paying for something that already is free. Our wood is sold unto us, although I'm surrounded by wood here, like there's tons of dead logs that can be cut and turned into wood. So basically it's as though like we've been enslaved through this matrix. Okay, our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. So basically people are laboring for these things, laboring and getting no rest for something that has been sold to you as an illusion that it should cost when it really is free. You just have to do the work yourself. Okay, so 5:7, our fathers have sinned and are not. We have borne their iniquities. So I'd say this, for instance, you know, my father wasn't around. My father wasn't in my life. He left when I was 6 years old. And my mom said he didn't pay child support, whatever it may be, whatever it is. You know, it's kind of as though I've been born into poverty due to my father's sins. So that's one thing that I've had to suffer with. And that's one thing many of us have had to suffer with. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hand. 5:8 Lamentations. So yeah, basically we have been put in a position where, yes, we have been enslaved. Let's see, 5:9. Hold on. We gat our bread with the peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness. So the sword of the wilderness. What is the sword of the wilderness? A lot of people are afraid to come out here. They are afraid to feel. They are afraid to adapt and to alchemize because they haven't put that full trust into God and the belief in themselves to have the strength to know that they can survive out here and to not be afraid. I stay out here year round. I camp out here year round. Usually there's nobody in the winter. That's when it gets real peaceful. This is my favorite time. My favorite time. And you know, if I had believed for one moment that I was going to die, yes, I would die. It's alchemy. It's belief. If you believe you're going to die, you'll die. If you believe you're going to survive, you will survive. It's all in the mind. So 520 to 521 here. Wherefore dost thou forget us forever and forsake us so long time? Turn thou us unto thee, O Lord, and we shall be turned. Renew our days as of old. 522, but thou hast utterly rejected us. Thou art very wroth against us. So I do believe that this is a lot of what people have spoken about, that, you know, when the Lord has forsaken us, when he turns his back on us because we didn't follow him. And I believe with the renew our days as of old, we shall be turned, renew our days as of old. That is us going back and getting our power back to what our power used to be. That's been taken from us through this matrix and through them handing us our wood and we paying for our water and stuff like that, instead of us putting our power in the strength. See, the thing about it is many of us, I believe we are being punished because right now, this slavery, going back to our necks are under persecution, we labor and have no rest. That goes to the fact that we are in this matrix. We are paying for our water. We are paying for our wood. We're paying for heat. We're paying for lights. We're paying for all of these things that we've basically essentially have turned our backs on the Lord, because we should be doing that ourselves. We should be out here in nature saying, Lord, please guide me to some water. Guide me to some water. Guide me. Please bring me some food. Bring me, you know, just praying. You know, just like when I say pray, bring me some food, I go back and I think back to Moses when they had left slavery. They'd gone into the wilderness. They were starving. And Moses really ended up having to kind of like calm everybody down in a way, because people wanted to go back to slavery to get food. And the Lord actually ended up dropping manna, the bread, like it's like, I think a type of bread from the sky or whatever, wafer, something like that. And also ended up dropping, I think, doves, or not, some kind of bird. I think, I can't remember exactly what it was, but a bird for them to eat. I do believe that many people are afraid to come out here into the wilderness and to ask God, to believe that God will provide. You know, and to believe that God will bring forth food, to believe that God delivers, to believe that God has provided everything that we need here. And when we put the power of the government and we put the power of others over us by paying for water, paying for food, for the things that the Lord provides for us and is supposed to provide for us. So we have man who has essentially been able to enslave us and to hold these things over our head, which are already out here that we have. Okay. So here are some verses from, I'm going to get now into Zephaniah. So this is 1:12 to 1:18 right now. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will do no good, neither will he do evil. Therefore their good shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. Now, I'll give you guys a perfect example. Look around you in many of these major cities. I'll give you a perfect example in California. They just started building and building and building and building all of these apartment buildings. Same in Colorado, building and building and building all of these luxury apartments and apartment buildings, but they sit empty. They sit completely empty. And most everybody knows that these apartments are being built, but they're sitting empty. Nobody is inhabiting them. And we have to pay attention to that and how that relates to these verses. They shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. There's a lot of things involving that as well. Like, you know, for instance, much of all of our produce comes from Mexico, Chile, South America, Peru. If you notice, you're seeing more and more of this. Oranges from South America. There's a lot here that relates to what is going on right now in modern times. 1:14, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. I'm sorry, let me make sure I pronounce that right. And hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities, I'm going to repeat that, and against the high towers. This is what I'm saying, you guys, how you need to be very aware of these cities. You need to be very aware of what you are living in. The city is the ultimate matrix. You are fenced in. You know, I'll give you a perfect example. In an apartment building, it's almost like, okay, a hamster cage, for instance. It's almost like you are in a cage. You are in a cage with basically controlled amenities that really are illusions. And when you really break this down and you really look at how much of an experiment this is like an alien experiment. The aliens are laughing at everybody. They've been able to house you in an apartment basically where you are living in, essentially, it's like, I'd say it's almost like an animal shelter with like cage upon cage upon cage. Some of these are only the size of a closet. And people are paying thousands of dollars. You don't have to live like this. You do not have to live like this, and you are not supposed to be living like this. And your heart could be telling you something is wrong, or you could want to keep moving or trying to relocate somewhere else. And I'm like, look, it's not going to change. Because that is not the way. You are not meant to be in a fenced city. So this is where you need to understand that this is telling you right here that the destruction, the dark clouds, gloominess, all the wasteness, a day of wasteness and desolation. This means that this is going to be crashed. It's going to be crushed down because it is unnatural. This angers God. This angers him. It's not natural. Okay? 1:17, and I will bring distress upon man, and they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. So you have to understand here that if you are in these cities are actually what really contributes to climate change, what really does a lot of damage. It really does. Every time you flush that toilet, every time you power on that microwave, every time that you throw out trash and all this shit, plastics, that all were not meant for how we were supposed to live. That is not what the Lord wanted. The Lord knows what is causing this climate change, what is heating everything up, what is doing all of this. It is all man-made matrix shit. Okay, here's 1:18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. So, the thing about it you have to understand is that money is an illusion. Your money is not going to save you when this destruction comes. You could have money in your savings account. You could have money. You could have all the money in the world. You could be a millionaire. It is still not going to save you from the Lord's wrath. And let me show you how the Lord's wrath, this is in caps lock. The Lord's wrath. I'm telling you. Money is not the answer. The answer is survival. And that is what the Lord had told me. The Lord had told me and had showed me. Kaya, you need to get out here and you need to learn how to survive. chop wood, learn all the survival skills that you can so you can be prepared for this day and you can be in the safe spot. The Lord moved me. The Lord moved me to a safe spot. And the Lord will guide you. You need to ask the Lord for guidance to put you in the right place, in the right spot for this day of destruction, which is coming soon. Now here's 2.1 to 2.4. Verse 2:1, 2:4. I just said 2 point whatever. Okay, so gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have brought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. Now let me go through these three right now. What is the Lord saying here to me? The Lord is telling me to be meek. The Lord is telling me to minimalize. The Lord is telling me to come out here, learn survival skills. Yeah, sure, I don't have no fancy amenities. I don't have an electric chainsaw. I don't got an electric axe. I just have my fucking hands. My hands to work shit. To work with my earth mother right here. To help me to survive and to make it. So meekness is the key in the day of the Lord's anger. If you want to sit up in that apartment, if you go ahead, if you want to sit up in that apartment collective and you want to wait for Jesus to fall out of the sky, it is not going to happen like that. It is really not. It's not. And I'm going to tell you right now, you have to come out here and you have to take those first steps. You have to come and you have to follow the Lord. And you know, I know I'm going and I'm speaking about Jesus. I'm speaking a little bit about the New Testament. Now, Jesus says, let go of your materials and come and follow me. Moses, he brought his people out into the wilderness. Meekness. None of these electronic things, if you bring this shit out here, it is not going to save you. It is not going to protect you. Only the Lord. If you're out here and you feel like you're freezing, you get on your knees. Get on your knees and ask the Lord. Say, Lord, please help me make it through this. I am cold. I'm weak. The Lord will pick you up. He will pick you back up. And he will give you that strength. He will always go before you. Deuteronomy, I believe it's 34:1. I'm not sure. But the Lord, he will go before you. You cannot have fear. Fear is an illusion created by the Matrix. They have everybody in fear. This is how they've been able to get you into this apartment. This is how they've been able to box you in. This is how they've been able to control you thus far and so far. But you have to put your strength into the Lord and know that the Lord is coming through you to give you that strength to survive. It may be ye shall be hid in the days of the Lord's anger. This is what it's talking about going into the wilderness. Just a backpack or just what you have. And you seeking righteousness and seeking meekness and letting go of these man-made illusions that were designed to enslave you and to make you weak as well. Okay? 2.4. For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. So something is going to be significantly happening at noon. 12 being I know 12 is a number. I heard some things about the number 12. 12 usually meaning slowing down, or I believe it also represents the Matrix too. I'm not exactly sure. I got to look it up. But know that this stuff is about to be uprooted. Because the earth is rejecting it. That's part of what this climate change is, what is going on. The earth is there is some big things that are happening. And like I said, guys, I live here in the Rocky Mountains, and we've had historically low waters that like ranchers have not seen in 50 years. They've had to sell some of their cows because they can't even water their cows and water, watershed or anything like that. This is serious shit that is going on right now, and this is real. It is not a game. It is not a fairy tale. It is serious. Verse 2:11. The Lord will be terrible unto them, for he will famish all the gods of the earth, and men shall worship him, every one from his place, even all isles of the heathen. This is talking mostly about, let's say, people who are in power, the powers that be. The Lord is going to be destroying many of this stuff. There's going to be famine. There's going to be a lot of things that are about to occur, and the Lord could be right now at this time working to prepare you for this. The Lord could be speaking to you. The Lord could be guiding you. Listen to that guidance. Also, let go of fear. Prepare. Preparation. Practice. Studying. Learning. Feeling. The one thing that to alchemize, the one thing you're going to have to really do is you're going to have to put all of your faith into the power of the Lord, because I have heard there is something that is coming, guys. There is something that is coming where everything's going to be shut off. There's going to be a blackout. There's going to be no way to get any more gas into your vehicle. You're only going to have the gas that's already in your vehicle. And in times like this, especially living in the environment, I live in the Rocky Mountains, so I live where it's snowy, it's cold, and I know that at that time, when that time comes, I'm pretty well adapted. I'm pretty well acclimated. I don't know if y'all have seen my YouTube Earth Mother Messenger. I get into the waterfalls. I get into all the cold ass water. I even just threw some of that river water just on my head and my face out here in the snow. And the thing about it is I've adapted. I've alchemized the best of my ability, but I know that there will be times that I'll hit a period of weakness. There will be times that I'll need the Lord to give me a hand and to go before me and to pick me back up. You can't give up. You can't give up. You can't have fear. You cannot have fear. You have to let go of feeling, and you have to put that feeling to the Lord. You have to ask the Lord, please help me through this. If it's too hot or too cold or whatever it may be, if you're hungered, like I said, Jesus, going back to the New Testament, Jesus survived 40 days and 40 nights through the desert with no food and no water. And the desert is the harshest environment. If you think this shit's cold here, the desert is the harshest environment of all time. So I will also warn y'all, in this end times, if you live in a desert, I highly recommend you get somewhere like this. Because with the snow here, there is some insulation here with the snow. So I had to learn that myself through survival, through practice, through feeling, through experiencing, that the desert and the plains are going to be the coldest and the most dangerous places in this time. Because I'll tell you, I'll be out here in a tank top. Most of, like, when the sun's shining and stuff and the snow's out here, I'm in a tank top or I'm in a t-shirt. Right now it's early morning, so hey, I'm in a jacket. But yeah, so right now I really suggest many people to get your power. Get your power, and get that power through the Lord by asking the Lord for strength, asking the Lord to guide you, asking the Lord to give you the power for this shutdown, because we already are in a government shutdown. This government shutdown is not ending. They're saying that the EBT, they're going to cut the EBT off next month, and we all need to be prepared for this. Okay, guys? I love you all so much. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. Thank you all so much for watching me. Thank you all so much who have subscribed. Thank you all for your comments. I love you all so much, and I will be back again. I don't know what day I'll be back again to do another sermon, y'all, but I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.